TDH, what's going on, guys? Thank you for checking back in with me today. I got a lot of stuff at the old Harbor Freight for the 240. It's really windy, so let me step in the garage really quick. The main reason that I had to go to Harbor Freight was to replace these. Those jack stands are for my truck. I had to get 4 jack stands that will fit underneath my car. I have a low profile jack, but I'm not too worried about that. I could jack it up. Just when I got it up in the air, I had nothing to sit it on because these jack stands were a little too tall. Along with jack stands, I got a bunch of wire loom covers, shrink wrap, razor blades, electrical tape, all kinds of wire material to pretty much go through all the wiring mess that's in this car and fix up all the little issues. I'd like to get like a dash bezel or some sort of sheet metal, cut it out, and place the gauges in there. That way they're all like neat and uniformed. And the way this guy's got everything set up, it just drives me up the wall. Yes, it's functional, and some of them work, or the main gauges work, but I don't know, it's just, I really want to order some auto meters for it. But on the other hand, guys, I'm going to ramble on about all the things I don't like about the car, and that'll be really boring because that was the last video. So, today we're going to be changing the oil on it, doing a fuel filter, doing plugs, and basically just going over the whole bottom side of the car, seeing how everything looks. My tires are getting pretty bald. I went out and did a little bit of street drifting last night, more so me doing donuts. Left and right, and trying to figure out how to do figure eights and stuff, just little stuff, and maybe I'll start filming it. I probably should film it tonight if I go out and tear up some of these tires. I'm gonna have to go down to the shop and get those swapped out. Just a bag of a bunch of stuff. I got a tarp to go over the hood vents because you never know when Florida might rain on you, and I don't want any water getting down into the engine bay. It'll drip like right onto the valve cover right in here, if you guys can see. On everything. I don't know, that's annoying. But before I start getting upset and mad, here's all the stuff that I got. This giant box for a Z32 filter. Doesn't make any sense. Check it out. The lady brought it out to me and I was like, did you get something from my Cummins or something for a Nissan? Yeah. Like, what in the world? I got that. There's the jack stands right there, and then the shop vac is hiding back there. I'm gonna use the little shop vac to clean up all the crap this guy's just got laying around the car, pieces of carpet, leaves. I mean, he obviously just let this thing sit and drove it when he needed to drive it, so. It drives me up the wall, these little odds and ends that are not necessarily imperfections, they're just little things that can be prevented or done to make the car look so much better, and I don't know. It drives me up the wall talking about it. So I ordered my NGK copper plugs from Advanced Auto, and they didn't have any. They were coming from the hub, so hopefully here within the next hour or so we'll have those. I don't want to start changing the oil and jacking the car up and stuff until I have the plugs, so I can just do it all at once. For right now, I'm going to open up the car up, grab the shop vac, and just go over all the stuff that I just showed you in the last clip, and pretty much just clean up the floorboard. Maybe I might bed line it or something, just so it looks better and it doesn't look trashy in the inside. So the time got away from me yesterday, and of course daylight saving time, so it gets really dark early, and it kind of threw me off, so I didn't finish anything more yesterday after I was cleaning the car. But today I've got Talon with me, if you guys remember him from my other videos. He's gonna be helping me do like the plugs and stuff. Pretty much just filming so I can actually have somebody like hold the camera instead of it being time lapses and all the cheesy stuff that we've been doing lately. A lot of the wiring is a mess in here, and this is what I really want to focus on, trying to go through some of it. I've looked at most, be careful, some of it is hooked up. I've looked at most of it over here, and it's for the gauges that are inside the truck, or inside the car, and they just look like they need to be cleaned up. So that's what we might end up doing also, along with the plugs and oil change. I drove it up on the pieces of the jack stand for my truck, and it got the front end high enough so I can get a jack under it, so. Oh man, that scared me. Anyways, guys, we're gonna do the plugs and change the oil right now. I hope it's under there all the way. That thing threads on there far.
I mean, look how big it is.
Yeah.
That's bigger than my truck's.
Sweet. Let me go make sure this one fits. S2827. So while I have the oil filter off, it gives me a lot of room to do the fuel filter like I said in that last clip, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out because I also bought one. It's a Z32 fuel filter right here. Get some pliers too before I pull this thing all the way off.
Needles?
No, some no, I want to get some vice grips. Try to pinch this line.
The needle nose I was just chilling in the engine bay?
Yeah, I was just hanging out with us.
Right there.
I didn't drive it far, just from here to there last night, so. It has oil in it, so that's a good thing. And I'm glad I put the cap on that.
Yeah.
That's a good sign right there. That makes me feel a little bit better. He actually had oil in it. I checked it before I bought it, and I've checked it occasionally, but I'm just making sure.
And it doesn't look like it's too bad.
Yeah, no, it's got a little bit of fuel in it, but that's to be expected. A little rice burner here. I don't know how many miles are on this motor either. It looks like it's got a good bit, but let her ride. Oh yeah, look at all that oil, dude. Got it filled up. I wrote on my fender. Plugs are all in there, oil's been changed. I'm going to throw my phone on the charger because it's dying. But while I do that, while I let it charge, I'm going to start cleaning up some of these wires. I've bought some looming for them. I'm not quite sure what all I'm going to do with them just yet, but
Just make it not look like a rat's nest.
yeah, or just at least not trashy, and just clean up some of the, like the KA sensors that he doesn't have plugged in like this. It's for the KA, so it doesn't, you know, obviously won't work, so that is that. And then I gotta pull these back tires off. I'm gonna let the front end down, pull these back tires off, and go get these swapped out for some good ones, and then put some drift spares on it. I might go play tonight with the new plugs, and then me and Talon next week are probably gonna go to the compound because I've ordered my handbrake, which I'm super excited about. I ordered a Villains handbrake. Their hydro setup and their dual caliper kit, so I'm excited to install that for you guys. But let me get this thing on the charger before it dies. So I didn't really film that night that I went out, but this is the price that I'm having to pay for running camera and street drifting the other night. I've got the stockies on. They don't look that bad. We're about to set the car down and see how it looks. Other than that, we're gonna go put some tires on these 15 by 8s, I think. I don't know what they are. I'm gonna figure that out when I get to the tire shop. But we're gonna put some economy tires on there, something that I can at least get around on, because these are pretty shot. And these are what I'm gonna drift on. Don't hurt yourself, bro. We literally just drove to like 4 tire places to see if I could get new tires. And I guess a 195 50 15 is an oddball tire. I have not checked discount, but I have the drift spares on the back and they look kind of funny. I figured I'd show you guys. Look at all that fender gap. But me and Talon might go play around real quick. He hasn't ridden in the car, so I might go whip a few donuts for him and kind of just mess around. Fuel pump can be a little annoying. You want to film?
Sure. Maybe it'll make it easier to drive.
I'm going to turn around up here. I hope you guys enjoyed that last little clip. My phone was on like 8 or 5% and I was able to film that, and then it like just about died. It's been on the charger this entire time, and as you can see, it's gotten a little darker out here. I have the 240 behind me. I've been cleaning up all the wiring and all this rat's nest. I've got a lot of progress, but at the same time, not a lot of progress. Let me show you. I'll kind of like go over everything. I've taken like 2 steps backward and 1 step forward, just going over everything and making sure that everything's okay, if that makes sense to you guys. Alright, so you guys can see this fresh electrical tape here. All of this has been done by me here. You can see that these wires are just, I don't know where they go to. They were just sticking out from underneath the car, but I've pretty much traced up everything. These 2 harnesses are mine. This one's coming from the fan. This is the ground for the fan. It comes off over here. This was just pulled off and ran through here. As you guys can see, some of those wires have been cleaned up. I still have all of these. These are for the gauges. I want to take my time on those, but I'm pretty much just cleaning up all these factory wires where everything was kind of just like ran and just sat in places. I put a nice cover on these for the coil packs. I'm going to work on doing some of these, cleaning all this up, taping up the sensors that aren't being used, like this KA1 and this giant lump right here. That's a sensor that wasn't being used, so it's just taped up and out of the way. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's getting dark outside, and you guys have already seen most of the work that I've done on it today. The next video that I film, I'll obviously update you, show you all the other things that I've done, or I'll just pick up where I left off in like a part 2 or something. I'm not quite sure, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted on everything that's going on with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. The car's been running a lot better now with those new plugs in there. I'm going to try to get a few more of the kinks rolled out. Got my handbrake on order, and we're going to try to make a compound trip next week so you guys can actually see me try to drift this thing. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoy. Go back through the rest of the videos and watch all of our videos and all of our different series. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys. I couldn't be doing this without you. Hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment below. I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.